guys, it's Brian from I Fight Dragons, and I'm actually here today to start a new series of YouTube videos. They're going to be tutorials on how to make chiptune, because one of the most common questions we get asked is about the chiptune in our songs. Because if you didn't know, we make rock music, but also all of our electronics are what's called chiptune. So it's old video game sound cards repurposed to make new original music. So that's one common misconception, is some people think we sample old Nintendo games, but actually it's new music made on old sound cards, and then we take it one step further when we program those sounds into video game controllers and use those as instruments. So this is the first in a tutorial series which is going to cover how to make chiptune starting from step one, and then I'm going to get in Bill for some of the later tutorials talking about how we program the controllers, how we record. There might be some mixing tutorials as well, and just general tutorials about how we do our electronic setup, the control center, things like that. So before we start the tutorial series in earnest, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the different devices we use. The main one is the Nintendo Game Boy, as you can see here. It's an old gray one. The Game Boy Color also works, and we use a program that's called Little Sound DJ. And this is a cartridge. I have two of them, so that's why this one's outside the Game Boy. But it turns it into a sequencer where you can write your own original music. And this is where most of our original chiptune is written and where it comes from. We just end up plugging the headphone out jack into our recording places. So this is a song I wrote. It's actually a cover of a Jonathan Colton song that I posted online recently. So most of our chiptune comes from there. There's a lot of different possibilities, and I'll do a full tutorial on how to program using Little Sound DJ. I think that'll be my first official long-form video in the series. The other main instrument we use is right over here. It's called the MidiNES. So it is a cartridge that goes in the Nintendo. You can see it says MidiNES on there, and then you can see the cable that comes out of it. It actually is going back around there and is attached to my computer, so that I can play and access the different elements of the Nintendo sound card using a keyboard and using MIDI control. So that's, I'd say, number two in terms of the chips we use. I've also got these Game Boy Advances, which have cartridges in them called the Pixelate Music Tech carts. These are kind of fun. And they turn it into more of a button mashing device where you can sort of press different notes and get different outcomes out of there, more so than the other programs, which are a lot more about either MIDI inputs or designing a sequencer. So step one is making the chiptune. That happens in the Game Boy with the MidiNES, and those will be some of my first tutorials. Step two is programming the chiptune into the controllers. So we use, on stage, we have old Nintendo controllers that we use. We've got Super Nintendo controllers.
On the scene, me, I got the potential to make it go then chill. I got the credentials that I so essential to make a rock chill.
We've got a Guitar Hero controller. The Power Pad, the Nintendo Power Pad. And some others as well.
I'm so lyrically potent that I'm floating and exploding.
And that's the whole second side of things, which I will get together with Bill, and we'll show you exactly how we make that work too. So here we go. I hope you've enjoyed this little introductory video, and hopefully sometime in the next week I'll get our first tutorial posted, which will be on how to make music using your own Game Boy and Little Sound DJ, and how to get a copy of that cartridge for yourself. Yeah, we'll see you soon.